So they just arrived on the top of the tower here, so we can talk a little bit more about the story. So Mario...
And there is a strange guy there.
Yeah, and Mario, Luigi, and Rabbid Peach just saw this little guy that we saw a bit yesterday as well. So he's actually the cutest threat ever. He's responsible for everything and all the enemies you see in the game. Why? Because he's able to fuse a white rabbit with something from Mario's world. And why? Because when he's stressed and his stress level is super high, well, he's going to create those enemies. The more stress, the bigger the enemy will be.
Gotcha.
So Bowser Jr., who observed that from far during the first world, it's like, hey, I can use this little guy for me and create my ultimate army, and potentially, you know, take over the Mushroom Kingdom. Finally, you know, while his father is potentially on vacation somewhere. So he's calling him Spawny because he's spawning stuff. And he's going to test right now and even convince this little guy. This little guy is so naive that, you know, he thinks that Mario and his friends were trying to catch him up to do something with him. So he was super stressed. So when he sees Bowser Jr., he's convinced that he's a good guy. So yeah, I'm going to join him. And now we're going to see, you know, a fusion between two things, between the banana and the rabbit, and what it, you know, it brings on the table.
I think Bowser Jr. set you up.
Yeah.
Rabbit.
Love it.
So this is happening really at the end of the first world, and it's the very first boss battle of the game.
Awesome.
Each world is divided in 10 chapters, like chapters of a book. At the middle of each world, there is a mid-boss fight, and at the end of each world, there is a boss fight. So Kong is super jealous of the bunch of bananas in front of him, and so doesn't want no one to come nearby those bananas because he wants to keep it for him. And the player here will have really to understand how to deal with the boss.
Right.
So there is a little bit of observation going on here for the player.
So we start to see what we saw yesterday, but a bit more advanced. For example, here, Rabbid Peach, thanks to the skill tree that we just saw before, she's able to double dash. And has her dash damage is at 20. It's a good damage, you know, for starting to hit the enemy. So I can press again and continue my movement.
And that's just the movement phase. So you can actually damage the enemy in the movement phase and then still attack.
Yes.
Exactly. I could attack right away the enemy, but I'm going to show you the second character here with Mario. So we saw that, of course, Mario can dash. He can do something like team jump just before, so with Rabbid Peach. Team stomp, as I just shown in the skill tree.
It's all about chaining those abilities that you are upgrading in your character skill tree.
And being
and
efficient
as
with
each
your
hero has its own, it's really up to the player.
There's so many different varieties of chaining these attacks.
Yeah.
And then I just can press A, he goes, 20 damage, team jump, team stomp, defeat the enemy in the process. And then I'm well positioned to flank both enemies, actually. And here, for example, this one with the piston panic gun that we have here. So the damage is way over than the enemy's remaining life. So even if I apply the bounce effect, it's just going to be cool because anyway, he's going to be defeated. So we'll see.
Got him.
There we go. And then Luigi, he's starting to be far away, but he doesn't care because, you know, he's really good with range. Look at the range. He can, you know, shoot at enemy for the whole battleground almost.
Yeah.
Maybe on the left, top left, he can't, but he's the one, like, he can shoot anything from afar.
The weapon looks like a Hoover, so seems like a citation going on in there.
Sniper.
And just before we see the sentry here, and we start to see, you know, where the sentry could go, and it says with the red dot that he won't be able to reach that enemy in the first round.
Gotcha.
But what is cool is that if the enemy comes nearby by mistake, it's going to explode, you know? It's going to wait for the enemy to enter his zone. So I can try to show this. You'll see. So it's really different. it's a little new hero, and you see this bubble. That's the range. As soon as the enemy enters, he's gonna shoot. So let's switch and see if the enemy goes. Rabbid Peach is not well positioned here. I wanted to show for
it's kind of exposed.
Yeah.
You didn't protect her very well.
And now the sentry can go and continue and do that damage. And you see the cover damage was not great, but still it worked. It worked, and so I'm gonna show the hammer that we bought in the skill tree as well here with Mario, even if it's not needed, as the enemy is almost done. But you see what we saw there was the zone of attack, so anyone around would have been shot. And as I did a lot of damage, a lot of points can be taken.
Awesome.
So that's pretty cool. So one thing...
I will try with Luigi.
Yeah, we can show Rabbid Kong in the past. So in the background. So this is just the first phase. We won't show the whole thing because it's a bit longer. But the thing here with him is that even if I can reach him, like I'm going to do here, it's going to do some damage, but not really. Because every time he eats a banana, he's going to get his life back. So of course we know the game, we know what to do, but basically here you need to adapt. So
basically the player needs to find a way to get rid of those bananas. Otherwise Kong will keep replenishing health forever.
Got to be perceptive.
Yeah.
So let's try to go in that zone with Rabbid Peach, thanks to a team jump.
Whoosh.
Bam, the bananas just fell down. So Kong is super excited.
He's mad now.
Yeah. So now, as he's looking for his bananas,
and he's cute. It's almost a pity to defeat the guy. Look at that, the desperation.
The animations in this game are so good.
It's awesome.
So I'm gonna try to shoot. Damn. Now we can do damage and apply, which is pretty cool. But the issue is that I was maybe a little too close.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God. He's super romantic.
That's so good.
So you have to watch out, because basically it could be really bad for you. So you need to leave the zone and start to shoot again. So for example, with Rabbid Luigi, with a big damage output, with Mario, and then with Rabbid Peach that is pissed.
Yeah, this is your time. You got to get that damage.
Let's go.
And boom.
There we go. So this is just the first phase of the combat itself, and then he's going to move on into new zones, new types of enemies will start. Those waves, if you're not behind full covers, you get bounced away, so your life starts to go down, out of boundaries, etc., etc. So, and that's something that we won't show more because it
that
would
was
be too
just
much.
the first phase, and this is a long.